Do you like speedrunning type games? Like games where there's a challenge that you have to overcome? Check out my review of CrashBots coming up next on Mumbles. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Mumble. On today's episode of Mumbles, I'm taking on a game called CrashBots. Now, I'm reviewing this on the Nintendo Switch, but it does come on a few consoles, so let's talk about this game. So CrashBots is a game that is created by Neon Chimp Games, and this is a game that is available for the price of $9.99 on Steam, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch. As I stated earlier, I am reviewing this on the Nintendo Switch. This game is very simple. Let me read you the description from the developers themselves. Take control of the latest line of robots and test their fighting capabilities, agility, and endurance in various arenas filled with dangerous obstacles, booby traps, and enemies. So it's very simple, guys. That's all this game is. In my own words, this is basically one of those obstacle type games where the ultimate goal is to get from the start to the finish without hitting anything or without making any mistakes as fast as possible. So very simple concept, but can they pull it off? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the graphics, the soundtrack, and the controls. First off, the graphics in this game. This game is a very nice looking game. It's very pleasing to the eyes, very crystal clear. I do enjoy the graphics of this game. Soundtrack-wise, this game has a nice soundtrack, but it's kind of a repetitive soundtrack, so I will call it gaming elevator music. Control-wise, this game has a very nice control scheme. Controls work great. Nothing negative to say here, which is always a plus when it comes to controls. Gameplay-wise, this game has two different modes. It has its world mode, which is basically overtaking obstacles, blah, 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 working your way through each world. And then there is the endless mode, which is basically what it sounds like. Go as far as you can without dying. See how far you can go. So those are the two modes for this game. The basic gameplay of this game, it's a very, very simplistic game. All you want to do is collect the stars and get from point A to point B as fast as possible. It's that simple, guys. There's not a lot to talk about here in the gameplay section because it's not a very complex game. So there are different kinds of robots and things you can get. Only those are for looks and stuff. As you play through this game, you have a couple different moves. You have your slide, you have your jetpack, you have your guns, and each of these draws from your energy. If your energy runs out, game over. So you basically want to use as little energy as possible, but get as fast as you can to your goal as possible. And that's all there is to say gameplay-wise. Now let's talk about the cons for this game. The first con that I have for this game is that this game is very simplistic. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's nothing new. And that is my first con for this game. It's just a whatever kind of game. My second con for this game is the camera. I'm not a fan of the camera in this game. It screws with my depth perception, honestly. It's kind of a over-the-top type, looking down, diagonally type camera, as you can see in the gameplay footage. And it really messes me up. I would have rather this been a straight-up over-the-top, or, I don't know, maybe a side-scroller. I don't know. I don't know how they could have made it any different. But the view does kind of goof with Mumbles, so do be aware of that. So that's really all there is to say about this game. Let's talk about my overall score for this game now. CrashBots is a fun little game. It's well made. If you like these speed running type of games, you should check this one out. It's a really cool, really fun game, and there's a lot of content there for you to explore. But here's the thing, guys. As I stated before, this isn't anything we haven't seen before. It's difficult. It's hard. And for me personally, when it's a game that I can't really say it's done anything different than any other game or any kind of, new type style thing, that bothers me. On today's Mumbles review, I'm giving this game a 5 out of 10. And my main reason is the camera. This game really goofed with me camera-wise. It made it hard for me to play. And that really can't be overstated, guys. Maybe it's just me, but it really threw off my depth perception. And that's not a good thing. So anyways, guys, this has been my review of CrashBots. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. Please smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and smack all those buttons. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye, everyone. Take care.